Might and Magic, the extremely popular role-playing video game series published by New World Computing, began its life in 1986. Other installments of the franchise followed, and number 3, known as Isles of Terra, hit the TurboGrafx with a pretty good Super CD port. I myself don't have a lot of experience with this series, so I was looking forward to cracking into this one. While this type of genre isn't everyone's cup of tea, I can't deny there is a lot of charm, fun, and goodies packed into this disc. When you begin, a quick animated introduction reveals the story, including this third challenge you are now about to face.
Walk carefully then through this third challenge.
And then, poof, it's right to the title screen, where you can select a new game or load a previously saved one. If you select new, you'll probably find out that you don't have enough space to save a game. Okay, well, let's delete a couple of things here. There. Now, let's start a... Oh, come on! All right, fine. There. You happy? Yeah, this one is quite the memory hog. You are then introduced to 6 beginning characters. You can create your own party instead, choosing from many different options. Options are something we'll be talking about a lot in this review. You have the type of character, their class, and you can study individual stats to see how they'll work together, aiming for a nice balance within the party, which is definitely key. The manual spends a lot of time and many pages helping you make the right choices here. Being that I'm not very experienced with Might and Magic, I think I'll just hang on to the pre-created set. I hope it won't be an issue down the road. We start with 3,000 gold, 30 gems, and 90 meals. Yummy. Now we begin the adventure, and it essentially tosses you right into the fire. We find our heroes hanging around Fountainhead. And yep, that's definitely Fountainhead. This is just a small sampling of how expansive the land in this game ends up becoming. Might and Magic 3 employs a first-person perspective interface with turn-based battles along the way. So you essentially traverse all around, taking part in various side missions, solving puzzles, attacking all types of baddies, finding chests, finding new party members, and more. You also have a lot of dungeons to crawl through and some labyrinths with often tricky puzzles. Finding clues and figuring out where to go is definitely a priority. You have various selections and commands to make as you move around. So let's read the manual and... Wait, what's that music? Look, some of the music in this game doesn't fit with the mood happening at the time, but the music overall is really good, employing some excellent CD Red Book audio. That first main track, though, cracks me up. The sound effects are sparse, but they're used pretty well as a whole. Anyway, let's check the manual for controls. Button 1 activates a command, Button 2 cancels a command, and holding it down with the control pad allows you to destroy gates and walls by bashing, as well as taking steps back, left, and right. Speaking of, moving was odd at first because tapping down didn't move your character backward. Instead, it spun you 180 degrees, which confused me. I'm not 100% sure I ever cared for this control scheme, but I did get used to it with time. Hitting select displays the control panel with many options, including music selections, saving the game at any time, and summoning Mr. Wizard for tips. Hey, I remember Mr. Wizard. The amount of options, selections, and goodies are immense in this game, so we'll never get through them all in our short Turbo Views window, but let's try to touch on some. This view here is the main display window, with icons all around, including helpful indicators, like bats which indicate danger is coming, or gremlins who wave their arms to indicate a secret wall. Plus, you have character portraits showing their state of health and overall changes. Am I dead or asleep? Lately, I've been feeling both. While the party is on the move, Pressing button 1 will bring up 9 ordinary icons in the options window. These are for basic things like casting spells, shooting bows and arrows, resting to cover hit points, and much more. If you select the equipment icons, you can, well, equip your characters. Along with ordinary icons, you have battle icons, which are automatically displayed when you engage a monster in battle. These icons include spell, attack, block, etc. You also have status icons, which help you change party lineups, see any awards you've received, and, well, etc. You basically attack a monster one by one, and if you win, it's back on the move. If you're defeated, you can start from the same position automatically, which is nice. Speaking of, while I couldn't really tell how much damage I was doing to an enemy, and I did struggle with some battles, they were pretty fun. The various monsters are all unique, creepy, and detailed. In fact, overall, the game is quite pleasing looks-wise. While it leans into simple territory at times, I'd say it does the job well. I also like some of the unique animations popping up here and there. Anyway, in towns, you'll find institutions built by the 10 warriors. You know what that means. Time to crack a cold one. You have weapons stores for buying, selling, and transferring gear, locations to replenish health, remove curses, train to higher levels, and much more. Gold, gems, and food are the property of the entire party, not the individual members, which is really good to know. You can easily check on your party status to see how shared items are spread around and your character's physical condition. There is also a lot of equipment to find and shift around. Again, I refer you to the wonderfully detailed manual or the back of the enclosed poster/map, which lists them all in charts and tables. I'll admit though, shifting through the equipment after a while got a bit tiresome, and the slight delay after hitting the buttons to activate a command does slow things down a titch. You can tell the computer keyboard controls would be less cumbersome and more responsive. Phew, and that is a pretty good sampling of things to do in this game. It is very much stuffed with goodies, and I quite enjoyed my time with it. It's a long quest, so it can be a bit daunting if you're not prepared for that. But I found it somewhat accessible and user-friendly once I got the hang of it and made sure to study and read up on the options. I have heard that this port runs faster than the Super NES one, which I remember a friend of mine had as a kid. Someone with more experience on all the versions will be able to elaborate further, but this TurboGrafx game is a recommend. Might and Magic 3 is a very challenging, long, and option-packed game. This Super CD definitely is jammed with goodies, from tons of inventory, obstacles, labyrinths, and riddles, as well as numerous monster battles. For those who fit within the area of interest this game requires, I recommend you definitely check it out. Although be warned, the taverns are only open at night, so don't get too excited.